the juiciest, most flavorful meatloaf delivered. Let's make it.
Welcome to my new kitchen. Take a look around, people, because you're gonna see me here for a while. What better recipe to start with in this brand new kitchen than my favorite meatloaf recipe ever? I've had my fair share of pretty terrible meatloaves. I'm sure you have too. And this one is not one of those. It's the best loaf of meat you'll ever have. And it's actually really easy to make. You just need to do a little prepping ahead of time, and then you just pop the whole thing in the oven, and that's it. So let's begin with some panko breadcrumbs. This will just bind everything together. I find that panko has a better texture than just regular breadcrumbs. Then I have some whole milk, and this will add obviously some moisture. And then I have 2 eggs, and these are binders, binds the meat together. You need to add them. If you don't add them, the whole thing will just fall apart. And then I'm gonna add my flavor, obviously very important. And I'm doing an Italian meatloaf. So I have some Italian cheese blend here. I just get the blend right in the grocery store, pre-packaged in the cheese section. It makes life easy. Soy sauce, I didn't know what it was. A little soy. A little soy sauce adds that touch of umami, salty umami deliciousness. And then I have some, and everybody butchers me for this, okay? It's Worcestershire in my head. You can say it however you like, but it adds, again, that kind of umami, salty, oniony, a little bit of anchovy. If you don't like anchovies, don't add
it. Stack of cups.
A little Dijon mustard for tang. Just a little dab-a-doo-ya. And some tomato paste. And then I have herbs. I have some dried Italian herbs and some fresh parsley for freshness. Then fresh garlic. And the final ingredient, I must call upon my hubby to assist. I have it tightly wrapped in this container because I swear I have an allergy to onions. My eyes just can't deal with it, so I call on the husband to grate this onion for me. Secret ingredient. And I'm not very good at this, but okay, so you're gonna take a small yellow onion and you're just gonna use the coarse setting of a cheese grater and you're gonna grate that onion. And this is the secret to moist, tender, delicious, flavorful meatloaf. I use it for my meatballs too. And it is the secret. Thank you. Now I'm gonna run away before I start crying. I'm beeping. Little salt and a little pepper. And now we're just gonna mix all those goodies together. You know the drill. Gloves on, because it's time for the mooch. So I have here some ground pork. I can't get it off. Where are my fingers? I have here some ground pork and some ground beef. And this is 80-20. Fat is flavor, people. So I'm going to add in both to my delicious mixture of flavor. And then I'm going to use my hands. It's really best to use your hands to mix everything together. You don't want to over mix it because you don't want tough meatloaf. Mix it until it's just combined. And now you just take your big hunks of meat and put it in a greased 8x4 baking dish. And you want to pack it down ever so lightly, just so it's in a single layer. Otherwise, you don't want pockets of no meat. You want a uniform loaf. In she goes. 350 degrees for 45 to 55 minutes. And at 30 minutes, you're gonna slather on this amazing glaze that I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so you know how there's those glazes out there for meatloaf that it's like ketchup just slathered all over the top. I don't know, not my thing, and the hubby hates ketchup, so just can't do that. So I have a 3-ingredient glaze that's just gonna blow your mind. Starts off with some balsamic vinegar glaze. You can just buy the balsamic glaze in the grocery store. This will caramelize the top and add a little bit of acidity. Then I have tomato paste, which to me is just so much better than that gross ketchup stuff that you get on the top sometimes, but still adds that tomato flavor. And then some Dijon mustard to round everything out and add a nice tang. And just mix it together and it'll combine into a really nice, beautiful glaze. It smells so good. Look how thick and creamy and just fabulous. Add it on in 30 minutes, slather it on the top, and it'll just caramelize and make this delicious glaze on top. See you then. It's been about 30 minutes. Eric's upstairs working out on the treadmill, preparing to eat lots and lots of meatloaf. And I'm gonna take my meatloaf out, glaze it, stick it back in, and let it cook for another 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll show you what I made. Oh my, does that look good? I have my glaze, and I'm just gonna baste it and cover it in this delicious glaze, and then put it back in the oven and let it finish cooking. All glazed. Let's pop it back in the oven. Let it finish doing its thing. I'll see you soon. Look at this thing. This is the thing of beauty. Who said that meatloaf can't be pretty? I mean, it's just gorgeous. And by the way, this is my plate. I'm eating the whole thing. Starting with a bite just for you guys. Gotta get some glaze. Honestly, one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth. So good, so juicy and tender. You will not regret this. Check it out on tastefullygrace.com. You won't regret it. Do I look like a bar wench? I need a brewski.